Hey, what's going on, guys? 118 Set Shadow here. So, with this month, our big product that got released over this past weekend was History Collection, which is intended to be for premium format. As a result, there isn't as much to cover today, especially given the amount that I went through back on Monday. But given that History Collection does have a direct correlation to the Stride deck sets, I do want to talk about the costs of the currently available two big Stride units, of course the Striders, which are Chronojet Dragon and Alter Ego Messiah. So just going through those real quick. We've got the SP variant from the original Gears of Fate at 200-ish. The same goes for the new History Collection SP, which has a listing at 200, but its market price is currently 80. And we did cover Mazer Gear Dragon before, but it looks like we did get down to 40. Still, really expensive regardless. You've got the signed foil from the original trial deck from years ago at 3050 to start off with. You've got the second trial deck hot stamp, which starts off at 15. Market price is 20 on that one. Okay, I have to point this out. I know this is not D format in any essence, but why is this card so expensive? This is just the trial deck version of a simple starter. $7.89 for Chronodran, and then $13.49 if you want the triple rare version. I'm not going to go into a rant about that. We're going to keep going. But we've got the triple rare from the original trial deck for $7 to start off with, and 9 listings, by the way. And then the common of it, which is $3 to start. The triple rare from the second trial deck starts off at $2.50. You've got the History Collection common for $2. Then you've got the second trial deck's common for $2. The Stride deck set version for $1.50. And that's a wrap for Chronojet Dragon. Now we'll take a look at Alter Ego Messiah, which is currently $300 for its original SP. One listing left, but its market price is only $75.50. And then you've got the hot stamp from the original trial deck, $35 for both its market price and its current listing base. What else have we got? The triple rare from the original trial deck, 5-ish. Market price is closer to 10. The second triple R from the second trial deck, 7 with a market price of 280. Then the trial deck version original, 150 with a market price of 2. The common from History Collection is 50 cents. The common from the second trial deck is lower than that. And then you've got this new version of Alter Ego Messiah as an SP starting at 236. And mind you, this card has not been on the market for a few days, so we finally get to see them up there. There's no market price available for it simply because it just wasn't available for the last few days. And now talking about overdress format, we're going to talk about the reveals for Lyrical that happened earlier. Particularly, Mimish Fortia got her retrain announced, which is basically the same thing as the original with a few deviations. The first is that if it's in friend state, it has triple drive. Then if you restand it, it goes -2 drive instead of -1. So basically it's almost like the original with some slight deviations in how many drive checks that it can perform. And on top of that, there are differences in how you can use its cost, which is still a discard 1, but you have to discard a Fortia now, unless you Persona Ride. But price-wise, there hasn't been much change. Still $550-ish for the triple rare, and $20 base for the SP. But for the LSR, there's only one listing available for 100 right now, and 1 copy has sold on the news, and 3 copies are left at 100. Before that, it sold at the end of last month for closer to 75 and over. Then you've got the grade 1 of the whole ride line, which is Mimish Askashir, which has no listings right now and recently sold for $4 and then $10, and someone even bought one for $20 last month. So yeah, that's a thing. Then you got Rikashino, which is the grade 2 of the ride line. This one still has $5-ish listings available. So, but there aren't that many, only 4 left, and it has been selling for 3, 4, 5-ish dollars. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to build friends. But one bigger point of news for this new Lyrical 4 set is that Yuika is getting another reprint as a main set card. In other words, that gives it a really good chance to have the same kind of pull ratio as it did in set 3. Not like the special reprint from the Festival Collection where you barely got any of them. So right now the card is $50 and the FFR is still long sold out and is likely to remain that way. By the way, the market price is $406 on the FFR, which means any copies that have been going up have been getting snatched up real fast and snatched up at really high prices. But hopefully we can see the triple rares go down in price once Lyrical Set 4 hits. Roxella, which is a friend support card from set 3, is currently $350 with 7 listings for the triple rare and 9 listings at $50 to start off with for the FFR. And this one is likely to see a few more sales, given if you want to play Fortia, you will likely play this more often than not. But to be fair, it hasn't seen too many sales. Even among the FFR, it's only been more recent due to Fortia being retrained in set 4. Hasseret has been seeing some buyout on the triple rare side. I did not even notice this. But the LSR is currently at 2 listings, 160 with a market price of 131. You've got the FFR at 25 with a market price of close to 23. And if we take a look at the triple rare, it's $701 to start, has been selling for $10 from the beginning of this month, and it has listings at $7 to $9 right now. This used to be a pretty solid $2, and it just suddenly jacked up with a few listings. So we'll have to see what happens if Lyrical Set 4 provides some more support for it. There's no anticipated retrain at least, so we'll just have to see what happens on that front. But Lilfa is not getting the same kind of attention. It's still 38 cents base for its triple rare. FFR is currently in the $15 range, and the LSR is still the cheapest of the lot from set 3 at $100 right now. And if we take a look at what's available for the triple R, we're looking at basically $1. Then you've got shipping to put on top of it. So Lilfa is not really getting any love in comparison to any of the other boss units from Lyrical Set 3. Minerva has been seeing some interesting movements. We've got more listings of the triple rare back up, and it's back under $10 for its base listing. But the serial number rare has not been selling. It's $850 minimum, and it doesn't have a market price anymore, which means it just has not sold for a while. And then you've got the FFR, which has a market price of $106 right now, and its base listing is $125. It was under $100 for a little while, but now we're back above it. And given that we're not going to get set 12 until October, there's still room for this card to grow in the interim now that we have Dasis as the promo to really bring this card back into meta play. Then you've got Monster Creator Archetype, which we haven't covered in a while, but with Shoto Doji getting some more support in set 12 and a few new support cards from monsters, Archetype hasn't really moved too much. The market price is still sitting around $5 for its triple rare, and the FFR is currently 75-ish for its market price, but 72 for its base listing. So not too much going on that front, and not likely to be so for a little while longer. Festival Collection 2021, I just want to go over the full art SP triggers, as we have been seeing a drop in a good amount of them outside of the Cater Sanctuary ones. Basically, when we take a look at stuff like Mai, Rona, the Aura Battle Princesses, basically everything but your Heavenly Arches and even your Knight of Heavenly Hammer Gurgant, those two have gone up in value in addition to Zlatorg, which is the heal trigger for Stoichia. So yeah, those three are up in price, although Zlatorg is still $20 base, but it's 4 listings left. Gurgant is also only 8 listings left, and if you take a look at the remainder of all these triggers, they still have double-digit listings. They used to be in the single digits. So we're getting more copies of them back on the market, so there's likely to be at least a few more drops unless there's just another massive buyout. Now we're going to talk about Dragon Tree Invasion, particularly about the sealed product, given that so many cards in this set got value gains from the triple rare standpoint and even from the rare standpoint. Because you have Burrow Mushrooms and Zargon, which are both dollar rares, and then you've got Bistavdis, you've got Rangdalia, you've got Avagarda, you've got Freyhot. There are lots of triple rares that have gained value with set 12, giving more value into this set now. So right now the base listing for the booster case is $750 for booster boxes, $43. So honestly, that's not bad at all, especially when you consider that the market price for the case is over $1,000 right now. Whether or not you want to buy into it, though, that is a high price to command, so it does depend on just how well you can deal with it. But the thing is, even for something like Rangdalia, which I'm showing now, the hype price has dropped. But it's still higher than what it used to be. Now it's a $7 card, and the FFR is currently sitting at about $60. And if we take a look at the FFR in terms of actual sales, there was a lightly played that sold for $50, and then I'm looking at $40 and $43 right now for more near mint and more recent ones, but those were all last month. $60 is the base listing, $61 effectively. So yeah, if you want the FFR for this is long gone in terms of more affordable value. Then you have Kanshakti, which is Basagra support. This used to be $2 to $3, now it's $6 if you want to pick up the triple rare. And then the FFR is up to $50, but let's see if it's actually sold. Not really. I see 35 and then 28-ish. And someone did buy some copies for close to $40, but not $50 yet. So all the listings here are $50, $55, and then we've got one for $90 after that. I don't know where this is going to go. Basagra is a cool deck to play, but I don't think it will merit such high prices. And then we wrap up with Operation Master Freiheit for Welstra, which has been seeing an increase from the $10 mark. The market price on the triple rare is now $20 again. And then we've got $15 as the base listing available, and we've got 21 listings. The FFR is 11 listings right now. $65 is the base, and the market price is currently $98. With Welstra getting more support, even if it's somewhat subpar, at least in my opinion, this card has gone up in value both for that and the fact that it's still usable in other decks as a Persona Ride fetcher, which still makes it good for Avagarda, which also got new support. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.